The Stormy Adventure. In a small village called Oakwood, there lived a girl named Mia. Mia loved nature and enjoyed exploring the outdoors. She often went on hikes, collected rocks, and watched the clouds. Her favorite time was just before a storm, when the sky turned dark, and the air was filled with excitement. One summer afternoon, Mia was playing in the meadow near her village when she noticed dark clouds gathering in the sky. She felt a thrill of anticipation. A storm is coming, she thought. I should get home before it starts. Mia began to walk back to her village, but as she was crossing the meadow, the wind started to pick up. The trees swayed, and leaves blew around her. She quickened her pace, but the storm was approaching fast. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind knocked her to the ground. Are you okay? A voice called out. Mia looked up and saw an old man with a kind face standing nearby. He wore a long coat and had a walking stick. I'm fine, Mia replied, getting to her feet. I was just trying to get home before the storm hits. The old man nodded. The storm is coming quickly. My house is just over there. Why don't you come with me and wait it out? Mia hesitated but then agreed. Thank you. That sounds like a good idea. They walked together to the old man's house, which was a cozy cottage nestled among the trees. Inside, it was warm and inviting. The old man made a pot of tea, and they sat by the window, watching the storm approach. My name is Mr. Thompson, the old man said. What's yours? I'm Mia, she replied. I love storms, but I've never been caught in one like this before. Mr. Thompson smiled. Storms can be both beautiful and dangerous. It's important to respect their power. As they watched, the storm arrived with full force. Lightning flashed across the sky, and thunder rumbled loudly. The rain poured down, and the wind howled. Mia felt a mix of fear and awe. Would you like to hear a story about a storm? Mr. Thompson asked. Yes, please, Mia said eagerly. Mr. Thompson began his story. Many years ago, there was a young boy named Sam who lived in this village. One day, a terrible storm hit, much like this one. The wind was so strong that it knocked down trees and damaged houses. Sam was brave and decided to help his neighbors. He went from house to house, making sure everyone was safe. He helped an old lady fix her broken window and rescued a kitten stuck in a tree. Despite the danger, Sam never gave up. After the storm passed, the villagers were grateful for Sam's bravery. They worked together to rebuild their homes and clean up the damage. Sam became a hero in the village, and his story was told for many years. Mia listened intently, inspired by Sam's courage. I want to be brave like Sam, she said. You already are, Mr. Thompson replied. You faced the storm and didn't let fear stop you. As the storm continued, Mia and Mr. Thompson talked about nature and the power of storms. Mr. Thompson explained how lightning formed and why thunder followed. Mia learned a lot and felt more at ease. After a while, the storm began to weaken. The rain slowed, and the wind calmed. Mr. Thompson looked out the window and smiled. The worst of it is over. You should be able to get home safely now. Mia thanked Mr. Thompson for his kindness and the wonderful story. I'll never forget this storm or your story about Sam, she said. You're welcome, Mia. Remember, storms are a part of nature, and they can teach us important lessons about bravery and kindness, Mr. Thompson replied. Mia stepped outside and saw the sky starting to clear. The air was fresh, and everything looked clean and bright after the rain. She made her way home, feeling proud of herself for facing the storm. When she got home, her parents were relieved to see her. We were worried about you, Mia. Are you okay? Her mom asked. I'm fine, Mia replied. I took shelter with Mr. Thompson and learned a lot about storms. He told me a great story about a brave boy named Sam. Her parents smiled. We're glad you're safe. Mr. Thompson is a kind man. It sounds like you had quite an adventure. Over the next few days, Mia couldn't stop thinking about the storm and the story of Sam. She decided to be more helpful and brave in her own village. She started by helping her neighbors clean up after the storm. She picked up branches, cleared paths, and made sure everyone was okay. Mia's kindness and bravery were noticed by the villagers. They appreciated her efforts and praised her for her helpfulness. Mia felt proud and happy, knowing she was making a difference. As the years passed, Mia continued to love storms and nature. She learned more about weather and became a meteorologist, helping people understand and prepare for storms. She always remembered the lessons she learned from Mr. Thompson and the story of Sam. Mia's story became a cherished tale in Oakwood. It reminded everyone of the power of nature and the importance of bravery and kindness. Her journey showed that even in the face of a storm, there is always a way to help others and make a difference. And so, Mia's love for nature and her dedication to helping others grew stronger. She knew that the world was full of wonders and challenges, but she was ready to face them all. The young adventurer's journey had just begun, and she was excited to see where her love for storms and nature would take her next.